wrestling was my preference, I guess you could say. Getting into like 8th grade, going. My teammates when I was younger, they were like nationally ranked, and I wasn't. They were a lot better than me, so I had to get better, or else it was going to be getting beat up every single day and be miserable. I actually got into fighting not only up until in college. One of my best friends, my teammate and workout partner, James, he's training actually now down in Louisiana. He got me into it real big, making me watch it, and we'd roll around in the room sometimes, and I was like, man, this is what I want to do when I'm out of school.
So
I was nervous, yeah. It was to me though, it was like, because I've wrestled all my life, and in my head I was like, this is just a wrestling match. It's just a wrestling match, but with punches. So I would tell myself, it's a wrestling match, it's a wrestling match, and it helped ease the nerves. And I've wrestled center stage in front of thousands of people before too. That made it a little easier. So, but there definitely were nerves, yeah. I know how hard I've worked for the fight, and for something stupid to happen and I get caught and lose. That's what I don't want to happen. If the guy's better than me and just outfought me, I can live with that. That means I got more training to do. But if I got caught because I was tired and put my hands down, that's going to stick in the back of your head and just frustrate you.
yeah.
I want to be the best. I want to take it to the top. This is my dream. This is my goals right now, and my long-term goals forward are to be the world's best. I think a lot of the sacrifices are similar with wrestling because you have to cut weight. You have to practice 2-3 times a day. Other sports, like I'm not trying to trash talk them, but you don't really have to diet. You don't have to make weight every so often and stuff like that. So with that part, I've had that with wrestling. So I know the sacrifice, not going out on a Friday night, the week before, whatever. So that's all set. And it's just the tough part is probably right now where the money's slim, where I work nights as a bartender right now to keep the ends meeting. So that I think the biggest thing is the sacrifice of hanging out with your friends. You're like, hey, let's go out tonight. Like, no, I can't. I have to do jiu-jitsu practice because I want to get better. And then they're like, oh, you can skip one, you can skip one. And it's like, no, I got to do this one. Okay, my game plan when I go into a fight is basically total domination. I want to beat the guy down so much where come round 3, or if it's a title fight, round 5, but that's down the road right now, they're ready just to be like, man, I hope this gets over. This kid's wearing me out. I mean, knockouts are great, submissions are great, but I just want to have people in their head when they say, oh, I got to fight Corey Bleaken, this is going to be a war. I'm going to be exhausted after the fight. That's the type of fighter I want to be, where they know I have a good gas tank and I'm going to come and not stop. With me, people are definitely like, no, you're not a fighter. You don't do that. That's for animals. They don't get to see what goes on every day. They just see it, like, say, every other weekend on TV. They see the live action. They don't see the hard work you put in and everything, your team camaraderie, the respect you have for other fighters. Because backstage, most of the fighters are friends. They'll say, hey, they'll go out, they'll talk after the fights. But in the end, in the ring, it's a competition. And you can ask most of them don't go out there to permanently injure their opponent. They want to win. I fight now because like the competition, the aspect of one-on-one, it's just like wrestling that I've been doing for so long. It's me versus the other person. I'm not relying on LeBron James to hit that jump shot in the 4th quarter or something. You know, it's what I did. It's my training, and I think that's the ultimate sport, because you can't blame anybody else but yourself for doing something wrong.